Chapter 1. The map. The summer sun hung high over the small town of Maplewood, casting a golden glow over everything it touched. It was the kind of day that made you feel like anything was possible. For Max, Lily, Sam, and Zoe, this summer promised adventure. Little did they know, they were about to embark on the journey of a lifetime. One afternoon, while exploring the attic of Max's grandparents' house, they stumbled upon an old trunk. Dust danced in the sunlight as they pried it open, revealing a collection of trinkets, faded photographs, and, most intriguingly, an ancient-looking map. The map was tattered and stained, with strange markings and a bold red X that caught Max's eye. "Guys, look at this," he exclaimed, holding the map up for the others to see. "What do you think it is?" Zoe asked, leaning closer. Lily studied it carefully. "It looks like a treasure map. But where does it lead? Let's find out." Sam's eyes sparkled with excitement. They gathered around the map, tracing the winding paths through what appeared to be a dense jungle, far from their familiar surroundings. The legend on the map hinted at a lost city filled with treasures, but it also warned of challenges and dangers that lay ahead. "Are we really thinking about doing this?" Zoe asked, her voice tinged with both excitement and apprehension. "Of course. It'll be fun," Max replied, his enthusiasm infectious. After a flurry of discussion, the friends made their plans. They would gather supplies, study the map, and set off on their adventure as soon as the weekend arrived. Chapter 2. The preparation. The week flew by in a whirlwind of preparation. They met every day after school, poring over the map, marking their route, and creating a checklist of essentials. Each friend brought their unique skills to the table. Max was the planner, Lily the researcher, Sam the builder, and Zoe the navigator. They raided their houses for supplies, ropes, flashlights, first aid kits, snacks, and a portable camping stove. Lily even convinced her parents to lend them a tent. The group was buzzing with anticipation, sharing stories about what they might find in the lost city. On Friday afternoon, they packed their backpacks and loaded up Max's parents' SUV. As they set off, the excitement was palpable. They sang along to their favorite songs, their laughter echoing through the car, but beneath the surface was a sense of uncertainty. What if they really found something? What if they didn't? And what lay ahead in the jungle? Chapter 3. Into the jungle. By Saturday morning, they arrived at the edge of the jungle. The thick canopy loomed overhead, a maze of greenery and mystery. They parked the car and unloaded their gear, staring into the depths of the jungle. "Are we ready?" Sam asked, adjusting the straps of his backpack. "Ready as we'll ever be," Max replied, confidence flowing through him. The friends stepped into the jungle, the sounds of nature enveloping them. Birds called out in a cacophony of color, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers. As they followed the path on the map, they realized they were in a world far removed from their everyday lives. After a few hours of trekking, they reached a clearing where they decided to take a break. They sat on a fallen log, drinking water and munching on snacks. "I can't believe we're really doing this," Zoe said, her eyes wide with wonder. "I can't wait to see what's at the X," Lily added, a grin on her face. Suddenly, a rustling sound interrupted their conversation. The friends turned to see a small monkey watching them curiously from a nearby tree. "It's so cute," Zoe whispered, pulling out her phone to snap a picture. "Just don't feed it," Max cautioned, recalling stories of monkeys becoming aggressive when food was involved. As they continued on their journey, the terrain grew rougher, and the path more overgrown. The map led them deeper into the jungle, where the air grew thick and humid. Chapter 4, The first challenge. By midday, they stumbled upon a river. The water was crystal clear, but it flowed swiftly, making it impossible to cross without a bridge. Max studied the map and noticed a crossing point further upstream. "Let's follow the river," he suggested. "There might be a way to get across." As they navigated the riverbank, they encountered a fallen tree that had bridged part of the river. It looked precarious but seemed passable. Sam, ever the adventurer, volunteered to go first. "Hold on tight," he called, balancing carefully as he made his way across. One by one, they followed, their hearts racing with a mix of fear and exhilaration. Just as Zoe stepped onto the log, it wobbled beneath her weight. She gasped, grabbing onto a branch to steady herself. "Zoe, don't look down," Lily shouted, her voice laced with concern. With a deep breath, Zoe focused on the other side and took slow, deliberate steps. The group cheered her on, and finally, she reached the bank safely, a huge grin on her face. "That was scary," she exclaimed, relieved but exhilarated. "Just wait until we find the city," Max said, excitement bubbling within him. Chapter 5, The Lost City. After several more hours of hiking, they finally arrived at the coordinates marked on the map. As they stepped through the dense foliage, a breathtaking sight unfolded before them, a grand entrance of crumbling stone, overgrown with vines and moss. "Is this it?" Lily breathed, her eyes wide. "It has to be," Sam replied, his voice filled with awe. The friends stood before the ruins of the lost city, its towering structures speaking of a forgotten civilization. They ventured inside, the air thick with the scent of history. Sunlight filtered through the cracks in the stone, illuminating intricate carvings that adorned the walls. As they explored the ruins, they uncovered artifacts, pottery shards, tools, and even an ancient altar. The thrill of discovery surged through them. "This is incredible," Zoe exclaimed, running her fingers over the carvings. "I can't believe we're really here." They spent hours wandering the city, capturing photos and sketching their findings. Max found a small chest half buried in the dirt, his heart racing at the thought of treasure. "Help me dig this out," he called, and the others quickly rushed to his side. After a few minutes of digging, they unearthed the chest. It was heavy, made of aged wood with metal fittings. With trembling hands, Max opened it, revealing a collection of shimmering gemstones and gold coins. "Treasure?" Sam shouted, his voice echoing in the ruins. But as they gazed at the treasure, a realization dawned on them. This wasn't just about the gold or gems, it was about the adventure, the friendships, and the memories they were creating together. Chapter 6, The Dilemma. As the thrill of discovery washed over them, a sense of responsibility quickly followed. They couldn't just take the treasure. It belonged to the history of the lost city. "What should we do?" Zoe asked, her brow furrowed. "We can't just take it," Lily said. "This place is a part of history. It should be preserved. But what if we tell someone? What if they just take it all away?" Max countered, feeling the weight of the decision. Sam, always the pragmatic one, suggested, "Maybe we can take a few pieces for ourselves but leave the rest here. We can document it and report our findings." The group deliberated, and eventually, they agreed. They would take a few small items for themselves as mementos, but they would leave the majority behind. It felt right to honor the lost city and its history. Chapter 7, The Journey Home. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the ruins, the friends made their way back to the river. The journey back felt different, filled with a sense of accomplishment and a newfound bond among them. "I can't believe we actually found it," Lily said, her eyes sparkling with joy. "Best summer ever," Zoe added, grinning from ear to ear. As they crossed the river again, this time with more confidence, they laughed and shared stories about their favorite moments of the day. The jungle, once daunting and unfamiliar, now felt like a friend, full of secrets and stories. When they finally reached the car, they piled in, their hearts full of adventure. As they drove home, the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange. Chapter 8, Reflections. Back in Maplewood, life returned to normal, but the adventure lingered in their hearts. They shared their story with friends and family, showing off their mementos and recounting their journey. The treasure they found was a topic of excitement, but it was the lessons learned along the way that truly mattered. They realized that the experiences they shared, the laughter, the challenges, the moments of fear and bravery, were the true treasures. The summer came to an end, but the bond between the four friends deepened. They made a pact to always seek adventure together, to explore the world around them, and to cherish the memories they created along the way. Chapter 9, The Next Adventure. As the school year began, Max, Lily, Sam, and Zoe found themselves sitting together during lunch, reminiscing about their incredible journey. They exchanged ideas about their next adventure, fueled by the